Alright guys, well, this is going to be the, I guess, official walk-around overview of my new XJ Cherokee. This is a 1990 Jeep Cherokee Laredo. Basically all the options that I know of anyway. Well, minus the chrome door trim, the door handles. The 91 Laredo that I got, that I now moved down by the shed, has the chrome door handles. This one does not. I don't know if that was an option in 90 or if that became an option in 91. I don't know. But practically, you know, it's got chrome accents, blah, blah, blah. It's a Laredo. Practically, if not, well, practically the highest. Besides, I think they had the Wagoneer also, in the whatever the other Burlwood or whatever. But yeah, like I said in the other video, it's when me and my buddy got the Jeeps, we got a whole bunch of parts with it. We got like parts of a rough country lift and a whole bunch of other stuff. Transfer case pieces, a whole new differential, rear differential, transfer case, some axle shafts, bearings, brake parts, you know, just a whole bunch of random stuff, actual, you know, wheel hubs and everything else. But, so one of the first things we did to this, or my buddy did to this, you know, after he got it running and whatever, we it came with practically brand new, but not brand new, slightly used, 4.5-inch rough country leaf springs. So we put those on the back. The front has a puck, probably a 3-inch puck on the front of it. And you know, so that's why it's sitting as it stands. Other than that, you know, it's got the 4-cylinder 4.0. It's the Rinex. It's the Rinex engine system. You know, which is European, based off aircraft technology. I think, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, Renault used this system, and then Chrysler got it adapted to their stuff. But you know, it's a very rudimentary way to run, you know, early computer electronics. Yeah. Basically, you know, still got the 4.0 in it. It's, you know, but like I said in the other video, I think the head is slightly different. I'm not 100% sure, but I know exhaust manifolds and stuff between the Rinex head and the high output head, there's some differences. Throttle body's different. Throttle body's got a different design on it. But yeah, like I said, this has got a crack in the block that goes from somewhere about right here all the way to back there. That's where the motor over there that I got under that tarp, that motor's going in this thing. Those are Morimoto, you know, 5x7 LED headlights. My buddy got those. I got another set of those that are black that I have in the floor of my room for the 91 that I got. I got a set of the aux beams in my green Jeep, which is the same exact thing as those. The only difference is the aux beam uses 3-watt LED chips. All the LED chips in the Morimotos are 5-watt LED chips. And it's got a couple different chips, you know, depending on which projector it's projecting out of. The AC's already been converted, so I'm going to actually try to see if I can charge it when I put it on the when I put the other motor in. But I'm also going to switch the alternator up at the top and put the AC compressor. I'll probably take it off for now, and then try to move the AC compressor to the bottom. That's gonna be something I'm gonna have to figure out. My other buddy's got the cap for that, for his Jeep that he's got. I let him borrow it. Like I said, the regulator's out of it. It's got the glass in it, but the regulator's out of it. It's got 12-inch light bar on the hood. That was just something we put up there quick. It's got 157,000 miles on it, so not that much. The dash is apart right now because when my buddy let me have it, he took all the subs and stuff out of it. Yeah, right now it's got the NP242 in it. It came with the NP231. That transfer case was locked up. The shift forks would not move. We even took it apart and tried to see if we can get them to move, and they would not move. It looked like one of the arm that attaches to the shift lever, it looked like there were some gashes in it, and the little roller that's supposed to go on that arm looked like it was messed up. So I'm thinking somehow I'm thinking, it's basically locked up. We could get it to move, but when you put it together, it would not move, so it was binding on that. So we went through we swapped the input, not shaft, but the input planetary gear, because the planetary gear on the output shaft on the earlier transmissions are smaller. The spline count is different between the earlier models and the later models, so we had to swap the input planetary gear from the 231 to the 232. And I got to do some tweaking around because, like I said, it only works in 4 low, and 4 low still pops out sometimes. So I'm thinking that's the linkage. We got a ASCII design linkage on it. This is the radio that originally came in my green Jeep way back in 2008, and I used it from 2008 to 2011, I think. It's a good Sony radio. I think it dates 04, 05, maybe 03. Still works fantastic. Don't have any problems out of it. This radio has been passed around. It wasn't my Jeep when I got it. That flatbed, if you know, buddy had a 79 C35, which is basically a C30, but the dually, the heavy tow package dually, 350 gas, short bed, single cab. I think it was nice. We put this in there for a while until he got rid of it, which he immensely regrets getting rid of it. He got the wrong end of a deal. After this, put it in a boat. Maybe it was in one of his boats for a minute. And then I let him borrow it for this. But yeah, this is the interior of the radio. I'm kind of rambling in this video. Don't really have a specific topic other than showing it around. I need to get a hood release cable. That's actually completely broken now. That wasn't completely broken. So yeah, I really need a hood release cable now. This did have a piece of the cable on it, but that piece of cable's gone. Switch for the light bar. Switch for the fan. It's a radio, 4-door. Doesn't have any headliner in it. Got the cherry picker. I went to Ye Old Harbor Freight and picked me up this Saturday. That video I posted on Saturday was actually, I made it Wednesday. But got the cherry picker so I can get this motor out of here. Got a little, one of those little balancing bars. It wasn't that expensive, so I went ahead and picked that up too. The rear wiper is completely broken. That wasn't broken when he got it, but it is now. It needs rear shocks. I'll probably take the rear shocks off of my 91 because those rear shocks are brand new. I bought them while I still worked at AutoZone. Like I said, the body on this one is in pretty good shape. It's got a little dent here, a little ding up front. It's got some decently treaded rear tires, some bald front tires. But other than that, it's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and crank it up. This battery kept a charge, which seems like it. I need to get rid of these battery terminals and get some military spec terminals like I got on my green Jeep. Those battery terminals are shot. Yep, it's drained out. It's currently got a glass pack on it. Got a glass back on for the rear axle is Dana 35. The front axle is a Dana 30 with the center axle disconnect, so it's a weaker axle than I got in my other one. I don't know if it has an LSD in it or not. Sometimes it kind of seems like it does, sometimes it doesn't. But I can't, test it right now. But you probably heard what I was talking about a Cayman. Kind of sounds like it's Cayman. But it does still have a little bit of a running issue. But this one will rev up and drive all fine. Surprised it didn't die. It's running pretty good right now. Usually it tries to die. But yeah. Horn works on this one. It doesn't work on mine. It doesn't work on the 91. Let's put it that way. This one's got what I call smoker windows. It's got the little quarter windows that open up. I love those things. It lets you get just a little bit of air in if you want to keep the windows up. The 91 I got does not have those. It'd be kind of nice if it did. But this is a kind of sporadic, all over the place intro of this thing. Yeah, another fact. Let me double check the date on this. This one was built in June of '90. This one was built in June of '90. It's a red Cherokee Laredo, 1990 model. My 91 down there. Was built in, if I remember correctly, August of '90, and it is a 91. The color codes, I don't know color codes off the top of my head, but they are the exact same color code. They are both Laredos. So these are basically brothers. These are basically twins, separated only by 2 to 3 months. Same color code, same class, both are Laredos. Just one's a 90, so it's got the Rinex, and one's a 91, so it's got the high output, Chrysler computer system. And it's a high output motor. I forget however many more horsepower it's got, but bumps up the horsepower a little bit. Yeah, it was just an interesting tidbit of fact that they're both Cherokees, or they're both Laredos. They're only made 2 to 3 months apart, and both in '90. But mid-year / late year, you know, the newer model years start coming out, and that's what happened with that 91. It was pretty interesting to figure that out, how close together they were made. But anyway, plans. This weekend, I plan to start pulling this motor out. I'll probably do, I guess, a mini video series on it. I'm pulling the motor out of it, you know, putting together that Harbor Freight. That's the 4,000 pound. That's the 2-ton engine hoist, which they call a shop crane. I'll probably do a little video on that, putting that together, and then a review after I get done with all this on that. But I plan on pulling the motor on this. I'll probably pick up an engine stand this weekend again from Harbor Freight, because I need to put that engine on a stand. That engine can stay on the hoist. Swap parts over, you know, figure out what I'm going to do with the, you know, all the issues, see if everything will work right, blah, blah, blah. But I plan to, June 16th is when I need to get all this done by. There's a big event at the place we go off-roading at locally. There's a big event on June 16th, so which is my birthday, coincidentally. But I plan to hopefully have this thing all done, ready, driving, so I can go up there in this thing. What I want to do, obviously, get the motor in, get it running, which is, you know, get it running, get the, you know, any little quirks that might need to be done to it. I need to order the coil springs for the front. I need to order the control arms for the front. And then I need to order some wheels and tires. But anyway, like I was saying, I had one of my local trails on the 16th. There's one of my local trails, practically the only local trail. You know, it's less than an hour away. It's actually not that far away at all. Technically from the house it's probably 30 minutes at most, and you know, it takes me 30 minutes or so to get to work, so you know, it's nothing big. It's a local small trail, but they're having a big event and I want to get this done by then, so I can take it there. But yeah, I want to have the whole thing lifted 4.5, 5 inches. Want to have 33s on it and possibly a locker. But, yeah, talk to y'all later.